Alright, welcome to the Wildland Firefighter Exchange Fitness Test. This is the new national fitness test. I'll read you some brief circuit instructions to give you an overview of what it's about. Throughout the circuit, you'll wear a 9-pound weighted belt which encumbers you with the weight of normal fireline workwear. Should you have to stop to pick up or reposition the weighted belt, time will continue. The circuit involves 4 separate tasks performed in a continuous sequence over 40-meter laps. The distance from pylon to pylon is 18 meters, so you must travel around the cones to cover the required 20 meters in each length. The simulation pump weighs 62.7 pounds, 28.5 kilograms. For safety purposes, the appraiser will assist with lifting the pump onto your back. Timing of the circuit begins when you cross the starting line while carrying the simulation pump on your back. You will then proceed over the ramp, around the opposite cone, then return back over the ramp 4 times. That's 8 lengths. The appraiser will then assist in removing the pump from your back and onto the platform. Next, pick the pump up in your hands and carry it around the ramp and around the same pylons 2 times. For safety purposes, while carrying the pump in your hands, you will not go over the ramp. Next, place the pump on the platform and pick up the hose pack containing 4 lengths of hose weighing 55 pounds. To simulate conditions on the job, the lifting of the hose pack onto your back cannot be assisted, and you may not use the platform during the lift. The hose pack is then carried over the ramp, around the cone opposite to the starting cone, and returned back over the ramp 25 times, 50 lengths, for a total of 1 kilometer. After the 25th lap, place the hose pack on the ground next to the platform and go to the simulated charge hose advance. Grasp the hose over your shoulder so that the end of the hose does not extend below your waist, and advance the sled beyond the end line to the turning line or until the appraiser says return. Then turn the sled around and return in the opposite direction. This will be repeated a second time, after which the timing of the circuit ends. You'll now have 5 minutes to warm up and stretch. Please double knot your shoes and remove any hats, watches, or bracelets. Remember that if you need to stop to reposition the belt, the equipment, or to retie your shoes, time will continue. Prior to undertaking the Wildfire Fighter Exchange Fitness Test, you need to complete an informed consent form and have your resting blood pressure taken. Your resting blood pressure must be below 144/90, or you will have to receive further medical clearance in order to take the test. Some pre-test information that participants need to be aware of in advance so they understand what the test day requirements are. Exercise attire: wear running shoes and exercise clothing. Smoking: do not smoke 2 hours prior to the test. Food and beverages: do not eat a heavy meal 2 hours prior to the test, and refrain from drinking caffeine or alcoholic beverages prior to the test. Exercise: do not exercise vigorously in the 24 hours prior to the test. Bring with you the following completed forms: your PAR-Q, an informed consent for the Firefighter Exchange Fitness Testing and Release of Results form. The informed consent for Firefighter Exchange Fitness Testing and Release of Results. The undersigned does acknowledge: 1. My consent to perform a continuous circuit that involves carrying a medium pump on the back for 160 meters while traversing a 1.22 meter 35-degree ramp every 20 meters, carrying a medium pump in the hands 80 meters without traversing the ramp, picking up and carrying a hose pack containing 4 lengths of hose on the back for 1 kilometer while traversing the ramp every 20 meters, then dragging a weighted sled 80 meters on level ground to simulate advancing charged hose. My consent to the fitness test being supervised by a fitness appraiser who has been trained to administer this fitness test. My understanding that I may ask questions or request further information or explanations about the Wildfire Fighter Exchange fitness test. My understanding that there exists the possibility of certain changes occurring during and after my performance of the fitness test, including abnormal blood pressure, fainting, transient lightheadedness, leg cramps, muscle strains, nausea, and in rare instances, heart rhythm disturbances, and in rare occasions, heart attacks. My obligation to immediately inform the fitness appraiser of any unusual pain, discomfort, fatigue, or any other symptoms that I incur during or after the testing. My understanding that I may stop any further testing if I so desire, and also that the testing may be terminated by the fitness appraiser. That I have read, understood, and completed the PAR-Q, and my answers to all questions were negative, or if one or more questions were positive, I have received clearance from a certified exercise physiologist or a healthcare practitioner. That I have been informed about the tests and standards employed in the Firefighter Exchange fitness test, and direct that the information determined during my assessment on these standards be provided to my designated fire jurisdiction and CIFC for consideration in the annual evaluation of my ability to safely and effectively respond to a wildland fire within my fire jurisdiction or for exchange to other fire jurisdictions.